I am a Christian. I come from a long line of Christians. Somewhere along the way, I drank the Kool-Aid. It's hard for me to talk about in all transparency, especially to the public at large, because, some people will say, "Oh, yes, he's one of us," and others will say, "Oh, no, he's one of them." And I believe that those reductive ways of viewing each other are not serving us anymore. I'm in the modern world. I've been in a largely post-religious modern world most of my adult life. I've reckoned with it. I've thrived in it. I've come to feel very comfortable in it. And at many points in my life, have felt as though this modern world has been a difficult place to find religious practice and a sense of self as a religious person. But as I get older, I'm more and more compelled by the notion that we have to rid ourselves of these reductive frameworks and figure out how these things that seemingly oppose one another actually are superimposed upon one another, perhaps, or can be. We have to do this uncomfortable, messy work of figuring out how things that seem like opposites are not opposites, but go deeper. For me, all these ideas are really meaningfully embodied in the work that I do in this band. But I've always been pretty quiet about it. I've always just wanted to, bless people quietly, figure out ways to help them find life, find a sense of depth and significance, and hopefully even quietly find God. And, I don't need it to be anything more than that. But there's also this relationship I have with the Bible Project, which is this organization that I really love, both as a fan and also I'm close friends with John Collins, one of the hosts. And they do this kind of searching and reflection when they read the Bible that is difficult for people from a lot of different backgrounds to ignore. It's definitely difficult for me to ignore. I find so much resonance in it as a Christian who has struggled a lot with cynicism and allowed their cynicism to erode at their practice. The Bible Project is almost like it's like reconstructive for me. And because I know John, he's asked me to collaborate in different ways, and it almost feels it's like this thing in my life that's like pulling me back toward finding some sort of positive way of being a religious person and having a congruent, positive, being able to talk about it. All these things are happening to me kind of in my life. And Tim and John, they're a part of that. Not only do they use Defender in their podcast, but they've also asked me and my friend Liz Weiss to record and write a new arrangement of the Lord's Prayer in collaboration with them. This is the Bible Project soundstage. This is where they shoot, at this table. I think some of their classes or something. I don't know.
Yep.
It's Liz, incredible.
No one in my family.
That's Tyler. He's engineers, edits the podcast. And you know who that is. Our Father in the skies, may your name be recognized as holy.
Wait for me. Sure.
Hey, is that Brian from Tense?
Yeah, Tense.
Tense.
I'm being so awkward all of a sudden.
May your kingdom come, your will be done.
If this isn't the upside down kingdom, I don't know what is.
I want the quick setting, Brian.
trying to find it.
Did you get it working?
I think so.
Scotland is mad. Scotland's beautiful. This will be in a documentary.
So we did the music, they did the words, and we came up with this beautiful song that I don't even know how to verbalize it, but singing it is like, singing it in front of people is this weird thing. I don't know, it's just feels really vulnerable to me, and it feels really positive to me, and I'm really thankful to be a part of it.
Our Father in the sky, may your name be recognized as it is in the sky. How does it go? Our Father in the sky.
Yeah. As it is in the sky. Anyway, Liz Weiss is dropping her version of the Lord's Prayer on Friday of this week on streaming services. We wrote that together, and I produced it, and she sang on it. The Bible Project today, Monday, June 10th, is releasing the podcast, which you'll hear from us, and you'll hear a version we recorded in their space. And then I am now about to show you a version that I sang in the studio with Amy and Emma. You should check them all out. Links down below. Okay, bye.
Our Father in the sky, may your name be recognized as holy. May your kingdom come, your will be done, as it is in the sky, so on the land. Our provision of bread give us today, and forgive us our debt as we forgive. Don't lead us to be tested. Deliver